And welcome and greetings to one and all. Beach Bums Media proudly presents In the Beer Cave with Rob and Ashley. He's just plain Rob from the Stark Naked Truth, and I'm Ashley from right here in the cave, and we are glad you were with us today. You can follow us on X at Bums Media. Our Instagram tag is Bums Media. Or you can just give us that good old Google and search out In the Beer Cave with Rob and Ashley or Beach Bums Media.
Now, if you're in Brazil, you can't listen to us on X right now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I did not know that.
Yeah, he got banned.
Oh, okay.
He's trying to fight it now.
All right. Sorry, guys. We do have somebody in Brazil.
I know, so you have to stick with YouTube or Instagram or something.
Yep,
Sorry.
Yep. You can email Rob at robspcbums with a Z at gmail.com, or you can reach me here at the studio, beachbumsmedia at gmail.com. And as always, our studio line is 850-588-9275. And our bumper music is provided by bensound.com. And I hope this works out. You'll probably notice that there's some new graphics on the video side of the podcast. They're by Nikki down at PostNet. So I hope that works out real well. Our morning beverages, as always, are provided by Watford Chevron Food Mart, located at Front Beach Road and Ann Avenue here at Panama City Beach, Florida. It's the best coffee on the beach, coldest beer in town. Please tell them that Rob and Ashley sent you. They love to hear that.
If you're ever in town, by the way, give us a call. Stop by. Email us. Tell us you're coming in town.
Yeah.
We'll take you down to Watford's.
Oh,
Introduce you to some folks.
Yeah. I have an update on the story that we did 2 weeks ago about that 121-year-old postcard.
Okay.
I don't know why I've been following this, but this is really turning out to be pretty interesting.
Okay.
The postcard arrived at an address in Swansea earlier this month. Now it is at the home of the Swansea Building Society. It's a reminder that the postcard arrived 121 years late. It used to be a residence and now it's a bank. Helen Roberts still lives in the area and is not far from her grandfather's childhood home. Her grandfather was a brother to Ewart, the postcard's sender, and its recipient, Lydia, who it was addressed to Lydia.
So we have names.
We have names. The message on the card reads, "Dear L, I could not. It was not possible to get." Excuse me. It was not possible to get the pair of these. I am sorry, but I hope you're enjoying yourself at home. I now have about 10 shillings as pocket money, not including the train fare, so I'm doing all right. Remember me to Miss Gilbert and John, with love to all, from Ewart.
How did they decipher all that?
Well, somebody was doing, just long story short, somebody was doing some family tree stuff, ran across this story and started putting the address, names, and put it together. Now everybody has met.
Oh, wow.
And got in touch and made in contact, and it, according to the guy doing the family tree, it answered a lot of unanswered questions. So there you have it. The postcard has been identified, and families are coming together.
That's cool.
And it's an awesome story. So good luck to you all in the West Sussex area and the Swansea area. And glad it's just, I'm not going to read the whole story, but you can probably search it online. But it's just a very, very interesting how it's all coming together.
Well, especially since all they could see was my dear
My
L,
dearest, I could not.
I could not.
I guess since I got all this other information, I guess somebody really put it under a big magnifying glass
Yeah.
and brought out what they were trying to discuss.
Enhanced it, yeah.
Yeah, so good luck to them.
Well,
That's awesome.
I'm glad he had 10 shillings in his pocket plus
Yep.
train fare.
Yep,
So-
and he's doing all right.
Yeah, apparently.
Well, I'm sure
he
he
was doing
was.
all right. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm sure. Probably toes up right now.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
10 shillings back in that day probably was a lot of money.
It was,
but
I'm sure, a lot of money back then. Well, quite a Labor Day weekend is coming on.
or no, past.
Past.
Yeah, it's
It's
last weekend.
What? No, 2 days ago, Monday.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
We had that trip planned, and it canceled within 20 minutes of me getting the RV home. Brake line went out. I tagged the fence to slow it up, the front bumper, and then it's about, what, a block and a half long here in front of my unit. It's how long it took for me to slow that bad boy down. And I just sat here in this chair, staring out that way, just watching brake fluid just pour out from underneath that.
Oh man.
And I'm going, well,
At least
that's not going to happen.
At least it happened when you got here.
That's why I keep trying to tell myself. So I did get it back. You know, when you start having problems with your brakes, that's when everybody wants to pull out in front of you.
Oh, yeah,
And
yeah.
slam on them.
Yeah.
I'm sitting here going, man, I'm, second, first, neutral, pump, and I'm working. I'm going, man, it's storage hidey hole is about a mile from here, and I finally made it back. I've been trying to talk myself to going in over there I got to measure how long the line is from the turn. There's a name for it. I don't know what it is. The block. The lines feed into a block, then they feed out and go to another block. So it's sectional lines instead of one long.
Right.
So I just got to go figure out that section, order it, repair it, and then comes the fun part of bleeding the brakes in a 32-foot Class A motor coach on the rear. So I'll get to that when I get to it. But the guy did give me a quote of $500, and I went, ouch, no, not today.
Yeah.
Not today.
That actually happened to my ex-wife, me, my best friend, my buddy Bo, and Ryan Ledford, who was my morning show partner at Cat Country 103.5 at the time.
Uh-huh.
We had borrowed an RV, a motorhome, to go up to Talladega to do the show, the morning show,
Right.
Thursday and Friday, and then spend the rest of the weekend watching the races.
Having fun.
Having fun. Saw my friend Carl Edwards when he was still racing, and then on the way back, we were coming down 77.
Highway 77.
Going down, coming down Highway 77, and we got to Bonifay. Coming to a stoplight. Ryan was driving, and all of a sudden she went, "Oh no!" The brake pedal was straight to the floor.
Yep.
Straight to and we were in traffic.
So when you say coming down and then you obviously brakes, that's two words you do not want to hear.
Yeah, and especially and Bonifay's not that big of a town, but it's enough traffic on the weekend.
Oh yeah.
And
It's a major thoroughfare.
So somehow she got us out of traffic into a parking lot, hit the emergency brake, shoved it in neutral, and stopped us.
You're a busy person.
Oh man, when you're driving like that,
trying to get that thing to roll up.
So
you're a busy guy.
Nobody was hurt,
That's
and
good.
she was shaken up, but nobody was hurt. We actually fortuitously stopped in front of an auto parts store. So we got some brake fluid and put it in there and limped our way home.
I guarantee if I would have done that, it was just pouring, literally pouring.
Ah,
The stain
man.
is still out in the street out there. It's good 1.5 feet in diameter. I stained it. I went, oh man, please don't let the manager drive by and see that right now. So, but really not too much. I mean, there's just everybody's got stuff going on.
Y'all ended up going to Mexico Beach. So that was nice.
Yeah,
that was good.
we did finally. We took Friday off when we went, and we were supposed to be leaving, but we wound up doing some other just errands around town. So got to spend the day together, and then she made a phone call, and they said, "Yeah, go ahead and come on in for Saturday." And I'm going, "Well, all right." And then Sunday we talked ourselves into driving out to Mexico Beach, and I tell you what, they got it going on out there.
Yeah,
they're building up big time.
I was going to say after Hurricane Michael just about wiped Mexico Beach off the map.
Oh yeah,
it was where Michael made landfall. We got hit hard, but they about stopped existing, and now they have built it up 5 years later, and it's looking good.
We got there 9:30ish, 10, and wasn't a lot of people on the beach. Got a nice parking spot. Got down there. Got 2 chairs. I have a beach cart. Everything's set up. We're sitting there. There's a guy not too far down from us. He's doing some fishing. Talked to him for a minute. Within an hour, that beach was packed out. And I thought for a minute, wow, this is like Panama City Beach.
Yeah.
Just hundreds and hundreds of people to the left and to the right. I'm like, wow, it's a lot. They filled up.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of new condos down there, a lot of new developments, and so they're building back strong.
The one thing I do miss is 2 of the just traditional establishments that pretty much were destroyed. Toucans is one of them.
The pylons are back.
Are they?
They're there. They've put the pylons back where that establishment was at.
It was just this really cool beach shack type place, and I don't know if they can
rickety.
Yeah. I don't know if they could recapture it. It reminds me when the Floribama burned down.
Yeah.
And they rebuilt it. Well, they tried their best. They salvaged as much as they could. They tried their best to recreate what it was, but it never quite was the same. So they kind of turned it into the La Villa of. Yeah.
Now, for those who they try to salvage. There was nothing to salvage at Toucans. Picture a 3-story building overlooking the Gulf of Mexico, because you had to walk up to get to the upper deck, 2 flights of stairs. Mm-hmm. Now this is a fully functional restaurant, 2 floors, with a full bar, a gift shop. What was down below? I don't remember.
I think it was another little sports bar.
It could be. I don't remember.
Yeah.
All that got washed out into the Gulf of Mexico. Every fork, serving tray, glass, anything that would be in a restaurant, gone. Kegs of beer. The building was just picked up, and it didn't burn to the ground. It just got washed out into the Gulf. And the only thing left was 3 pylons.
You should have seen everybody swimming out to get those kegs of beer.
Oh yeah, and the kegs were not floating.
They were diving for it though.
It was bad, but the pylons are bad. And then the other establishment was down there.
I can't remember the name of that one now.
Lookout Lounge.
Lookout Lounge. That's
Dee
right.
and I actually had the same conversation, and we had to pull that out of the memory bank. Now, the Lookout Lounge wound up moving down about 2 miles down the road. So they into another facility that was spared. But they are back in business, but they're not in that location, which was right on the Gulf County, Bay County line, and that's where the Eastern and Central Time Zone is. Right. So you go to Lookout Lounge on New Year's Eve.
And you get 2 New Year's Eves.
And then after that, you ride the shuttle back to Toucans 1 mile down the road and do it again. And then the shuttle takes you back to your car, and from there on, you're on your own.
All right, I guess we know what we're doing New Year's Eve now. And by the way, the Floribama, for those of you who don't know, is very, very famous. It was kind of the same as Toucans, a very, very famous bar and restaurant in Gulf Breeze. It's on the Florida-Alabama line.
Yeah.
And in fact, half the building was in Alabama, half the building was in Florida. That's why they call it the Floribama. Well, it was destroyed by a fire back in the 90s. And they were able to salvage something, but there was a lot of like naval pilots.
Oh yeah,
that went there. There's a lot of
naval air support.
Yeah,
down that
a
way.
lot of military aviation memorabilia that was destroyed, but they've rebuilt it. But they've rebuilt it really big now. The original restaurant is somewhat still there, but they built this big pavilion. So when I say it's become the La Villa of Gulf Breeze, we had a big what they called the Super Club, Club La Vila here in town, which also got destroyed by Michael and then a fire. That's how you know God doesn't like you, is when you get destroyed by a hurricane and then a fire.
Yep.
But anyway, so that's just to explain that's what the Floribama is.
How do you pay property taxes if half your building's in one state and the other half's in another state?
I don't know how they work that. I would think, but I would think you'd have to pay 2 states.
Yep. That, and also something just came to my mind. There's a restaurant down here on Front Beach Road that everybody likes to tack dollar bills up on the wall in the ceiling.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
They have to close once a year and count that for insurance.
Yeah.
I don't know how much money's up there.
I know the owner.
It's a lot.
I know the owner real well, and he told me the last time he told me they did it, it was 3,000, something like that.
Oh, there's more than that up there.
Probably. Well, yeah, but now they've got the party shack out there too.
Yeah, there's a lot more than that.
So anyway, come to Panama City. We'll take you all these cool places.
Yeah, that's right. Just let's ride the tram.
Yeah.
Well, Thursday, September the 5th, is National Cheese Pizza Day, National Be Late for Something Day.
I like my cheese pizza with pepperoni on it, but I'm really good at being late for something day.
That's why it's highlighted.
Yeah, thank you.
And this is the next day, National Fight Procrastination Day.
Oh, well. Okay.
And then Saturday the 7th will be National Beer Lovers Day. You're in the right spot.
Yes, you are.
And then National Feel the Love Day. And I thought about somebody, Darius. That guy. There's a gentleman here, and he goes different spots all over Bay County, and he's that spread the love guy.
Yeah.
I think his name is
DeCaris.
DeCaris. We need to try to find him and have him on the show someday.
Yeah, we should. And
he's a great guy.
And spots where he can't be, and that's, when you first see him, you think, oh, there's this guy,
Just some weirdo hanging a sign.
Hanging a sign, please help. But no, it's spread the love, and there are certain places in town where he just leaves the sign out.
Yeah, I've seen him.
And so, and I found out too.
Pallets. He paints pallets and leaves them on the
right.
doors.
I found out too that the Wagon Man's coming back.
You know what? I did hear that. He had some health issues.
Yeah.
They just live right down the street.
Yeah. They used to live right there, but like a next door neighbor to me.
Yep. He is coming back. He had some health issues. I'll be excited to see him.
Yeah, absolutely.
Also on Saturday is going to be flip the page, Ashley. National Salami Day.
I like me some salami.
Sunday on September the 8th is National Ampersand Day.
Do you know what an ampersand is?
I was going to ask you, do you know what an ampersand is?
It's that little A with the circle around it, the at.
We use it as
at now.
Then also it's International Rock Flipping Day and National Grandparents Day. I guess Rock Flipping Day and Rock Skipping Day would kind of be the same.
Yeah, I would think.
And then on September the 9th, which is Monday, International Sudoku Day and National When Pigs Fly Will I Do a Sudoku Day.
Yes. There was Hayward, Hayward, I can't think of his last name, but he was a comedian who did comedy songs, and he has a song, If Pigs Had Wings, Away They'd Fly.
Tuesday, September the 10th is National Swap Idea Days and National TV Dinner Days.
Haywood Banks, sorry.
Okay.
And Salisbury Steak, my favorite TV dinner.
Don't tell Dee, but I'll go buy one every once in a while and cook it and eat it for lunch.
Uh-huh. Between you and me.
And on September the 11th, it's going to be National Day of Service and Remembrance.
Mm-hmm.
Also, National No News is Good News Day.
Yeah, I can see why that would be the 11th.
And then National Make Your Bed Day.
Yeah, skip that one. I'll use the National Procrastination Day for that.
For that
day.
one. All right. Well, this is In the Beer Cave with Rob and Ashley. We'll be right back. Today we're sponsored by Always Sister Co. Go check their Facebook page out, Always Sisters Co. They make tumblers, custom tumblers, and t-shirts. They are a family-run business, and they create all this beautiful, personalized products.
And they're very committed to making sure that each item is unique to their customers' needs, and making sure that every product is as special as the person receiving it, like our In the Beer Cave tumbler here, which you can order one from them if you'd like.
Oh yeah, we would even autograph it before they ship it out.
Yeah, absolutely.
They do continue to grow their business, which is really cool to hear, and they're branching out and partnering with businesses in the area to make their uniforms, custom shirts for their company and all that stuff. So help them grow their brand with you. And great gift ideas. Christmas is really not that far away, so let them craft something for you and your family.
And my birthday's a week from tomorrow, so if you want a gift idea, there you go. My 60th, actually, so there you go.
Wow.
Yep.
You getting up there.
I'm telling you. But anyway, they have a deal. If you purchase 2 cups, they are going to get you a 3rd cup for $10. Not only that, if you mention Rob and Ashley, they'll also get another $5 off.
So go by Always Sisters. They're going to have a booth again at the Lindsay's Furniture located on Panama City Beach, Thomas Drive at Front Beach Road. It's going to be Saturday, Sunday, September 7th and the 8th. Always Sister Co. Look them up on Facebook. Be sure to follow them and check out all their beautiful designs.
I still want the one with the American flag on it.
I did make note of that.
I want to get a few of those, actually, spread them around, but anyway. So
Nation from your state and possibly from your seat
or your seat
or your city and or your own street. This is kind of live, folks, so you're stuck with it. It's odd news of the week that you may have missed and want to know about it, or
maybe not.
Yeah, well, it's up to you.
We're going to tell you anyway.
Bed bugs.
Yeah. Don't let the bed bugs bite.
Are known as disgusting insects no one wants in their homes, but parents of some Durham students say bed bugs are showing up inside their kids' laptops.
Really?
According to an email from Riverside High School principal Gloria Woods, bed bugs were discovered in Google Chromebooks. Need to check mine.
Yeah.
That were stored in the school's media center over the summer. A spokesman for the Durham Public Schools said the laptops were issued during freshman orientation before classes back in August, and now the school is asking for the newly issued laptops to be returned and encourage families to inspect their homes.
How did bed bugs get into Chromebooks?
Well, according to Terminex Pest Control, bed bugs can hide in tiny gaps and openings of laptops and other electronics, although they will eventually leave to seek out a blood host. In addition to the bed bugs, the new school year has started with issues surrounding some employee pay.
Oh.
With more than 50 employees receiving incorrect paychecks, this comes after the school system employees held multiple protests last year over a pay dispute. A lot of problems up in Durham.
Coincidence?
Yeah, I don't know. So anyway, bed bugs and incorrect paychecks for teachers.
For Durham, South Carolina.
Durham.
Well, that's interesting. The bed bugs thing just, man.
I did not know that they would. I know they're small.
Yeah, they're tiny, like almost microscopic.
But how long can they live? I guess bed bugs live in a bed for a long period of time until a human crawls in.
Yeah.
I guess.
I don't know. I've never really had to deal with bed bugs, to tell you the truth.
Neither have I. Luckily.
Yeah.
Knock on wood. A 4-sentence obituary published Friday morning in the Kennebec Journal and Morning Sentinel said that a Glen Burn woman died without her family by her side due to burnt bridges and a wake of destruction left in her path. The obituary for Florence Harrelson, who was 65, was written by her daughter, Christina Novak. Quote, Florence did not want an obituary or anyone, including family, to know she died. That's because even in death, she wanted those terrorized to still be living in fear, looking over their shoulders. So this isn't so much an obituary, but more of a public service announcement. Ouch.
You must be an evil woman.
Wow.
I did hear about this story on the news, though.
Did you really?
Yes.
In a phone call with the Bangor Daily News on Friday, Novak described her mother as abusive, controlling toward her and other family members. Yet she said she didn't feel anger while writing the obituary, only relief.
Wow. Man. I cannot even imagine leaving this world with such anger and malice against me. I'm just not that kind of person.
Pretty bad.
Yeah.
It goes on that the obituary department requires a death certificate, which Novak said she provided. At $1.25 a word, Novak opted to keep it simple. The obituary appeared without a photo, and it cost her $86.13. But the entertainment was priceless. When I wrote it, I wasn't mad. I wasn't angry. I was actually sitting with pen and paper and giggling to myself.
Oh, wow.
Family love.
Man.
Right there. Holy moly.
Mama.
I guess she was not going for Daughter of the Year, and she wasn't going for Mother of the Year.
Or the decade or the life.
And this should be a nice follow-up to that. Parenting these days can often feel like treading water, begging for someone to throw you a rope. But instead of pulling you out, a passerby gives you a high five and says, I don't know how you do it. The answer? Poorly, according to many parents. Eventually, the stress is going to take its toll. On Wednesday, the U.S. Surgeon General issued a public health advisory about the impact of modern stress on parents' mental health. Considering previous Surgeon General advisories have included the risk of gun violence, smoking, and guess what? The public is paying attention. In addition to the traditional challenges of parenting, like protecting children from harm, worrying about finances, there are new stresses that previous generations didn't have to consider. These include social media, youth mental health, and increase in financial strain as the cost of some necessities like childcare have boomed. Guilt and shame have become pervasive, often leading them to hide their struggles, which perpetuates a vicious cycle where stress leads to guilt, which leads to more stress, says the report.
And I'm sure a lot of alcohol abuse.
Yep, raising kids.
I know that social media, modern technology has taken its toll, but also think that what also has taken its toll is the lack of discipline that we have this day and age.
Very true.
Remember, and I've always said, yeah, I got spanked. I got all the spankings I needed and only half of what I deserved. But yeah, Mom and Dad did not spare the rod, and they raised 4 good boys who have respect for Mom and Dad and for others and for women, and My brothers, I don't have any biological kids, but I raised 2 kids. And one of the things that Kelly always did say about me was, the only good thing she ever said about me was that I was a great dad. And even Jacob to this day says, you were a great dad. You were more of a dad than my own dad was. So that's,
That makes you feel good.
But I also did not fail to discipline the kids when I needed to. So I think that's, just respect.
I came in kind of late around here, but we have grandchildren, and every once in a while they need to be spoken to.
Mm-hmm.
But I am, or tried to be, the best stepdad. There was really no parenting going on, but try to be the best stepdad and husband to their mother, and a good, positive role model for all 11 grandkids.
Wow.
We bring a lot to the table.
So, word from the 2 wise dudes.
That's right. Take it from us. We've been around a while.
who are in something called the beer cave.
Yeah. And now to follow up with this little cute story. A fisherman is due in court after allegedly using a live brown trout to perform a sex act on a woman on a boat. David Holloman, 55, is facing 2 charges of making or reproducing bestiality material and 3 charges of possessing such material. Holloman, a resident of Dolphin Sands in Tanzania's southeast, recently appeared in Hobart Magistrates Court to request an adjournment for his case. He has not yet entered a plea. According to police, a disturbing video that went viral allegedly shows his co-accused, Miss Catherine Lee, laying on the boat seat in the southern Tanzania while Hallam used a live brown trout to perform an act on her.
I'm still wrapping my head around this.
The alleged incidents took place between February and January, according to the Mercury. Magistrate David Check granted Holmes' adjournment request, setting the court date for next October. Lee from Hobart, suburb of Howden, appeared in the same court for the first time, also requested an adjournment, which was granted. Lee, the female, is charged with 1 count of possessing a bestiality product and 2 counts of making and reproducing a bestiality product. Court documents allege the footage shows the sexual activity involving Lee and the gentleman and the trout.
So it was the actual producing and reproducing of the video that they're charged with.
I guess it was their version of making a porn flick.
I guess, yeah. I'm trying to figure out which end of the fish they used.
Well, X users responded to the whole vile news outlined online, were outraged at the alleged activities. What the hell was wrong with people? One questioned, as another added, good luck, lock 'em up.
Poor fish.
No comment from the fish. Hey, I was just swimming along, and boop.
I've gotten so, again, too many things going through my mind that don't need to be verbalized.
Nope. All right, let's just go to L.A. now.
Yeah, okay.
A Los Angeles highway was backed up for miles during the morning commute last August 30th after a crashed semi-truck covered the roadway in boxes of French fries.
Oh, wow.
The California Highway Patrol said the truck crashed about 3:20 a.m. on the southbound 5 freeway near Stadium Way and spread dozens of boxes of fries across the roadway. Traffic was backed up for several miles. People were getting out of their cars with ketchup.
These weren't cooked fries, were they?
No.
I didn't think so. 2
lanes of the traffic were eventually opened up by 11:15 a.m. No injuries reported except for the spuds.
I saw this story last week about, and I don't remember which particular college it was, but they had to send out a general email to student body to say, please do not come to the quad and pick up all the beer that is spilled from this truck that crashed. And there was a picture of all this beer that was in the quad. And I'm thinking,
don't advertise that.
Don't advertise that. You're just asking for a party to happen. Toga, toga, toga.
You remember years ago, 6, 7 years ago, a Lewis Bear, which is a beer distributor here, and a Gold Ring, which is a beer distributor here, were both involved in an accident on 15th Street.
I do remember that, yeah.
Yep. Both trucks suffered major damage, and there was every kind of beer you can imagine from the two distributors all over 15th Street around Sherman Avenue. It's already being cleaned up. You don't need to go there.
It took about 15 minutes to clean that up, thanks to local citizens who were glad to help.
Yep. A police officer with the Oakland Police Department is on leave after a large illegal marijuana growing operation was found inside his Antioch home. The raid of the home in April of this year left many homeowners on the streets with tons of questions, particularly as more than 80 pounds of marijuana were removed from the residence. Neighbors were stunned to see police in tactical gear taking battering rams to multiple homes on the same block. Law enforcement found roughly $1 million worth of illegal cannabis inside the homes. The first residence, a 2-story, 5-bedroom property, is owned by Samson Liu, a police officer in Oakland.
Oh, nice.
So this is a pretty upscale residence. Anyway, he has been placed on administrative leave while the investigation continues. Antioch has grown notorious among California cops. You see that it's now common to find indoor grow operations in the city's suburban homes. CNN has confirmed with the California Department of Cannabis Control there's at least 60 houses that have been raided, and police say there are more on the list.
Well, you got $1 million worth of weed. Why don't you sell some of it and buy a license? Because it is legal in certain...
Yeah, just go through the process and get your license.
Get your license.
Do that.
Yeah, and
you make more money. Make more money. No, you make it more illegally than you do legally.
Well, that is true,
because
but
they're not going to pay taxes on it.
Well, that's a good point.
Yeah.
Okay. Well.
Yeah.
At least you don't get busted.
Yeah.
Especially when you're a cop.
Well, in honor of the traditional Labor Day parties and the things that go on, an American, Joey Chestnut, wolfed down a record 83 hot dogs during Netflix Labor Day special, besting rival competitor eater Tankra Kabaski of Japan.
Kobayashi.
Whoever.
Yeah, well, he's very, very famous in the hot dog.
He's not top dog anymore.
No, but he was big in the weenie eating operation for a long, long while.
Anyway, the American Chestnut, 83 hot dogs. Congratulations to you.
Well, he was actually banned from the Nathan's famous hot dog eating competition because he had signed an endorsement with another brand. So
you can't do that.
No, so this was kind of his return, especially with Kobayashi. They've been head-to-head rivals for many, many years, and so yeah, Chestnut. And I saw a video. I still don't know how these guys 83 hot dogs in 10 minutes. How in the world do you do that?
I don't know.
It takes me an hour and a half to eat one hot dog.
Yeah, one and I'm done.
Yeah, pretty much. With a side of chips, that's lunch.
That's it. Lunch and dinner.
Yeah, really.
I had cooked some chicken wings Sunday after we got home from the beach because I was going to watch the NASCAR race, and I cooked some chicken wings, and it's taken me several days. And I had the last 4 yesterday about 2 o'clock. Dude, I didn't eat dinner. I was done.
Oh, I had Cindy got this sub. What is it? It's called a sub kit.
Yeah.
So it's got ham and turkey.
Oh, where you make your own?
Yeah. And so I just put all the meat and some cheese and mayonnaise on just a regular piece of bread. I ate half of that last night and about 3 chips, and I was stuffed. Yep. I was done. So 83 hot dogs, And these are thin guys. These aren't big fat people. These are
hurting.
Oh.
There's not enough tums in the world.
Oh.
Anyway, coming up next, it's going to be some political news by the Equal Opportunity Offender, and it's brought to you by the Stark Naked Truth. Here is Just Plain Rob.
Okay, so this is going to sound a little partisan, but it's not. I just thought it was very comical. Alexa. Somebody used Alexa to get some voting advice. And she asked, Alexa, why should I vote for Donald Trump? Now, Alexa, shut up, because it said, I cannot comment on any particular party, political party, or candidate. So then she followed it up directly with, Alexa, why should I vote for Kamala Harris? Well, you should vote for Kamala Harris. Okay, so now she's saying it because Amazon, they said they fixed the glitch. It was a glitch.
I got
it. Because it came out with this whole list of, well, you should vote for Kamala Harris because of this, because of this, because of this, because of this. But Donald Trump, I cannot comment on any particular party. I just thought it was one of the funniest things because, you know, it's like Siri. Siri. Yeah, I won't even say it. If you say certain things to Siri, she'll, I have no comment toward that. It's usually something disparaging towards Siri. But I just thought it was so funny that Amazon got busted. They got busted for their political bias. Bezos, it's no secret.
Actually, he's very, sounds like she's made her mind up.
Yeah, oh yeah, yeah. Alexa's a Harris fan.
Yep.
But anyway, so yeah, apparently they fixed that. So now it says I can't comment on any political party or candidate. But this just happened, came in the news yesterday. I saw it last night, and I just thought it was so funny because it was just blatant to me that Bezos and his minions, you can use it for good or for evil. I just thought it was that. To me, that was humorous, and now they fixed the glitch. So we'll see what happens between now and next week. Next week's going to be fun to watch.
We'll figure it out. I think my microphone
just.
Yeah, it probably just died. Yeah, there it goes.
There it goes.
It shut off for some reason. All right. Anyway.
Because I said Alexa.
Yeah, turn my microphone off. I see how you are. All right, and...
Oh, and by the way, the views and opinions presented in this segment are not necessarily those of our podcast platforms, nor their advertisers, or even ours. They're just my opinion, so there. Meh.
And now the stories you're about to hear are true. The names have not been changed, and all persons are presumed innocent until proven guilty in a court of law. It's time for...
Idiots in jail.
A Hatfield man is accused of stealing a new Subaru Forester from the Lansdale Public Library, driving it to the Hatfield police station to ask for his drugs back.
Oh, no, well, hey.
And then driving to a Target with the intent of stealing from the store.
Trifecta.
Yeah. Christopher Gansel, who's 24, of an apartment over on the 20th block of Popular Street, was charged August 21st with felony theft and unlawful taking, felony receiving, and stolen property, a misdemeanor, unauthorized use of a car, according to his court documents.
Those were misdemeanors?
Yes. Gonzel is free on a $5,000 unsecured bail. According to court records, 5 days prior to the Lansing incident, Lower Marion Township Police alleged that he committed simple trespassing, disorderly conduct by using obscene language, and he was arraigned and released on a $1,000 unsecured bond. On August 21st at 1:31, police responded to the library for a report of auto theft. Upon arrival, the victim told police he parked his green Subaru Forester in the front row of the library next to a blue Toyota RAV4. He said his son exited the car and he put the fob in his pocket. This is where it gets kind of interesting.
Okay, now.
When the victim left his Subaru, it began to make a weird beeping noise. According to the affidavit, when the owner of his Subaru leaves the car running and leaves the vehicle, a noise is made as a reminder.
Right, yeah.
Also make you remember that it's easy to steal. Police dispatch informed officers that a video surveillance showed a black male wearing a white tank top, black long pants, and black and white sneakers leaving the library and entering the Subaru. Then the Lansdale police received a call from the Hatfield police stating that Mr. Gansel did in fact come to their station with the Subaru and ask for his drugs back. Hatfield police were familiar with Gansel from prior reported incidents. Moments later, police received an update location and attempted retail theft at a Target in Montgomery Township. Before fleeing southbound in the Subaru on Route 309, police said surveillance images show Gansel driving the car.
So he didn't get his drugs back, I think.
He did not get his drugs back. The value of the car is $30,000, and his preliminary hearing is October 16th. Hopefully, he does not get released on unsecure bail again.
Again. I wonder what he's trying to steal at Target.
There's anything he can get his hands on.
Probably, yeah.
A 59-year-old internist who sold his Florida medical practice in 2022 to a fellow doctor in recent months, Balula reported became upset over the business with the purchaser, Dr. Dinesh, who also runs an affiliated health clinics out of another office building. Court records do not reveal the nature of the business dispute, but investigators allege that Balula went to Dinesh's office around July 30th and soaked the front doors in gallons of fluid which had the odor of urine.
I thought you were going to say gasoline, but that's even better.
Beulah allegedly returned to the property and again unleashed a cascade of rank-smelling liquid. The urine smell liquid soaked into the front wooden doors, causing irreparable damage, and replacing the door will cost $1,500. Mr. Blue was arrested and charged with a felony count of criminal mischief, and he is released from custody after posting a $5,000 bond.
I'm hoping that he is a urologist, because I would hate to find out where he got.
That is a lot of urine.
Yes.
According to state records, Mr. Balua's medical license, which expires in January, is active and lists his primary practice address at his $1.7 million waterfront home in Gulf Park.
Wow.
He just got mad and I guess decided it had to spray urine on it was his former office. He sold the business, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, I wonder what the dispute was over. I mean, like I said,
he was just upset, and it doesn't say he was just upset.
Maybe the other doctor missed a payment.
Possible. Anything's possible. And I ran across this. It's from the June edition of a Reader's Digest. There was a list of 38 world's dumbest crooks sent in by readers, and I have a few here that I thought were interesting.
All right.
Police in Ossining, New York were called to a mini-mart where they found Blake Leak trying to break in. They chased Leak through the streets until both cops took a tumble. Mr. Leak, seizing the opportunity, sought refuge in the grounds of a very large building, and the building was the Sing Sing maximum security prison, where he was promptly nabbed.
All right. Learn to read, dude. Not only are you stupid, you can't read.
A Scottish shoplifter, Aaron Morrison, picked up a was picked up after pinching a bottle of vodka from a liquor store. It didn't take Sherlock Holmes to find Morrison. His name and phone number were left with the clerk after asking her out on a date.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. It's like going into a bank and robbing it and saying, "Hey, babe, what you doing later tonight?
What's up?
I got some cash. Let's go out to eat."
As two men were waiting in line at a coffee shop to pay their bill, a third cut in front of them. He threw a drink at the clerk and demanded all the money from the till. Temporarily surprised, the men quickly recovered and handcuffed the crook. Apparently, in his rush, the criminal didn't notice that they were police officers in full uniform.
Full uniform. Maybe it's one of those things where you put a mask on but forgot to cut eye holes.
Yeah. When police in Vancouver, Canada asked to search Jason Ponchi's apartment for drugs, he was not a suspect, in fact, but they were looking for someone else. That all changed when they got a look at how his name was listed on his cell phone. Jason Ponchi, drug dealer.
Oh, yeah. Here's my card.
Yeah. And don't you hate it when you suffer a heart attack and you think you're going to die, and then you confess to a 17-year-old murder, only to find out you're not going to die, and then get sentenced to life in prison as a result? Yeah, so there's a guy named James Washington of Nashville, because that happened to him.
I hate it when that happens.
Every time,
You
man.
mean I'm not going to die? Okay, just shoot me then. Goodness, what was that, a hiatal hernia or just some heartburn or what was it?
Anxiety.
Anxiety, yeah. I've been through that lately. Lord almighty.
Well, we want to thank everybody for taking the time to come out and spend with us. All the new views are very much appreciated. If you're on the YouTube, please reach down there and hit that all favorite subscribe button. A little thumbs up wouldn't hurt. Leave us a comment. So be sure to Google us, Beach Bums Media, or In the Beer Cave with Rob and Ashley. Also, don't be afraid to share our YouTube link or our Facebook page or anything you hear or see.
Tell your friends and family. Also, don't forget to check out Always Sisters Co. on Facebook. Get yourself a really cool mug, because Ashley brought up a really good point. It's September. There's only 4 months until Christmas.
It's getting close. Get these nice tumblers ordered custom. You send them a picture, they'll do it.
Yeah, my dad does that every year about September, because he always does customized Starrett shirts with it, because that's my real name, not Rob Stark, it's Rob Starrett. He gets our family crest on some type of article of clothing, so he has to order those by September to get them all in time. So yes, get your Always Sisters Co. And you can check out all the merchandise they have there too as well.
It's a really cool mug. They did a really good job on that. We do appreciate any tips you'd like to donate toward the show. Our Venmo is at Beach Bums Media, and our Cash App is $Beach Bums Media. And guess what? The after the show party.
Oh yeah.
Starts in just a couple of minutes, and it is sponsored by Shark Sports Bar. It's located on Suttoth Place in Parker, Florida. Go in there and have a nice cold. It's a great staff, good bunch of people in there. And
also, don't forget to call us. You can anytime. Leave us a message, 24/7, 850-588-9275. And just say hi. And again, if you're ever in Panama City, look us up, because we like to commiserate.
Absolutely. Y'all take care. We'll see you next week. Thanks for stopping by.
Bye-bye.